Hey guys, this is SF and Rodbone Willy, one of the extremes for the Haunting Hollow series, and my team is going to be Nicholas, Izanami Zero, and then Agnamut, and then my friend is going to be a Roma, a relatively legit party. I did bring 2 farmables, but Izanami Zero is probably not the best, and it's really hard to get right now. Izanami Zero is not the best because his strike shot is pretty much useless, but his bomb combo is really good for clearing the mobs, which is your main priority. First turn, the dinosaur or the rhino, I guess it's a rhino, no, it's a dinosaur, will always do a meteor on you, and then it will increase the defense of himself, so it'll be harder to kill, but it only lasts for a couple of turns. And even if his defense is up, you can still technically clear it if you get a good pinch. This dungeon is all about pinching, in my opinion. There's, of course, some exceptions in terms of monsters. You can bring Roma because he's a very strong wood slayer, and then like Shampoo with the homing piercers that can mob clear very fast, and then Himiko, which is really good for the strike shot. Second stage, make sure you clear off the flowers on the bottom side. They do a ton of damage. They do like a lot of damage in general, and that's why some people would bring Surtur or Suitor, because he is a sprite slayer, and then the flowers are sprites as well. But after you clear them, then you just attack Willy, and then he does move, and that's where he moves into a pinchable spot if you can get a good pinch. In general, Willy has a lot of HP, and the best way to finish him is to get a good pinch, and I completely didn't get a good pinch there, but Agnamut is in a good angle, so that will be a good pinch, and the weak spot's there as well, and boom, lots of damage. Okay, third stage, mini boss number 2, and you see the dinosaur. Make sure you try to clear the dinosaur, but it's hard with Roma because he's not a bounce monster. And here comes the meteor, and it does a lot actually. It does 24k, I think. 24k. 24 to, let's say, 27k of damage. And if your monsters get stacked, then it'll deal double the damage because you take double the meteors, which is not good, so make sure you don't clump up. But after you clear off these guys, then you just get pinches onto Willy, and I was super rusty. I think I just woke up from like a nap. That's why I played super bad in terms of gauge shots. I missed a lot of gauge shots. Okay, and then next is Nicholas. And then after it is Izanami Zero. That should be an okay spot, but I didn't get it. Sad face. And then Agnamu X for the finish. Boom, boom. There we go. And the meteor for good measure. Now it's boss time. 20 turns and 3 bars. It is hard to get a speed clear in this dungeon, in my opinion, just because you need to get a perfect pinch. And like, basically you cannot miss a shot if you want to get a speed clear. So you want to clear off mobs. Of course, the attack down wolves will do an attack down, and it's on their left counter, so it's at 3. So you want to at least clear as much as you can. Willy does revive some of them back, and I think it's on the next turn. So try to clear, and I didn't get a good pinch there, so that was sad face. And it's the next turn that he will revive them, I think. Okay, there goes Willy, but I did get an attack down. Ouch. And gonna clear the wolf onto the second bar. Second bar has the dinosaur with the meteor. And I went for the pinch, which is not the best because I got stacked on top of Roma and I got hit double the meteor damage. In general, I think you should strike shot here if you want to go for speed clear. Like use one of your either like a mob clearing strike shot like Agnemut's or even Nicholas's strike shot to deal as much just to clear out the mobs, or at least clear off the dinosaur, because that meter is really bad. And I tried to clear out the dinosaur, but that failed, and I was really low. I did have a heart, so I didn't go for it, but ouch. And I strike shot because he was going to attack again, and I needed the heart. As long as I get the heart, it should be okay. Although I kind of wanted to finish him off, but sadly I didn't. Okay, and last Roma for the finish of that guy. And then dinosaur is all that's left. I didn't really have a good pinch there, that's why I didn't go for it. And then there's warps. But it's alright with Izanami 0, but I missed my gate shot. Like a noob. But I still cleared it anyways. Okay, last stage. Last stage, you want to clear off the bottom side as fast as you can. That's why I left it up for Roma to do that. And boom. Okay, strike shot. Hit everybody. And didn't do any damage at all. That was sad actually. And then strike shot with Nicholas. Trying to get as much damage. I did clear out the rhino, which is the dinosaur, which is all I really wanted. And then Izanami 0 just tried to grab the hearts, and I completely failed. Good thing homing. It was only a homing. If it was the EX laser, I think EX laser I'll still survive. Okay, and now it's just getting pinches. I don't really care much about the revive. I'm just gonna go full force onto Willy. He does have a ton of damage, and you want to clear him before his top left counter, which is the 4 right now. And good pinch. And then last but not least, Izanami 0 for the finish. There we go. Like I said, it's really hard to speed clear, and although I did do a few missed shots, it wasn't really that detrimental. I think you should have at least, I should have at least strike shot like Agnemut's X earlier in the second bar to get a faster shot, to get more shots onto Willy to take him down. But Willy is not a bad low damage ball monster, so beginners should be able to max luck it. But that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.